In the beginning, you asked for Oddity, and they gave you that Oddity. Then you asked for more Oddity, and they asked you for $5. You acquiesced to their solicitation, and so now here we are. On behalf of your hosts, Christopher Tiny Sullivan and John Long, thank you, and welcome to the Earth Oddity Extended Show. Now with more Oddity.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to your extended edition of Earth Oddity Podcast. This is episode 151.
Is that right?
The patron show, the patron extension of 151.
Yeah.
And thank you for joining us.
Yeah, we appreciate you being here. I don't think we discussed how both you and I got, this is more COVID discussion, but both you and I got our own please pray for Tiny and John text messages from the church.
We did. It took a while,
Yeah,
but we did get one.
But we got them. We're big time now. All the old people were praying for us. That's probably why we pulled through.
Hey, now that we're in the Patreon, now that we're in the patron extension, I can say this, but I made a Facebook post when I came down with coronavirus.
Yes.
Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
I was trying to be funny.
Yeah, it was.
Was it funny?
Yeah, I thought it was funny.
Okay, thank you. So
You have met your match.
So it did land, okay?
We're blaming China, not John. Yeah, I thought it was really great.
Okay, I mean, it was all like the virus was scary when Tom Hanks got sick, and then it was super scary when the president got sick, and then Nick Saban got it twice. But now the worst has happened has come for me.
That's right.
I had no idea anyone out there would take that seriously. But apparently, that was a very controversial post.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because I didn't mention anything in that post about my wife or my kids not catching it and saying pray for them that they don't get it.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Oh, sorry. You're in the doghouse.
I was.
I don't remember if I said anything about my family not catching it or not. Of course, I gave it to Deidre. I open mouth kissed her as soon as I came home. It's like, I ain't going through this alone, girl. It's like Romeo and Juliet. We're both going to die. You know?
Yes.
Like, you ain't getting another man. So, yeah. Yeah, I hate you had a joke. Well, as someone who has made a lot of jokes on Facebook that have not, people didn't always get, I feel your pain.
I'm glad that it landed at least with some people.
I thought it was great.
I thought most people would read it and think, okay, Tiny's being funny here.
Yes.
He's trying to make light of the situation.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, well.
Also, I don't know why this just popped up in my head, but in Romeo and Juliet, Romeo died from poison. Juliet had to stab herself with her sword, right?
I don't remember.
Does that make William Shakespeare kind of sexist? Why did he give the violent death to the woman?
I thought yeah, that's right. Yeah, he drank the poison.
And then she comes to, and she tries to kiss the poison off of him, but he didn't leave her no poison. He drank it all for himself because he don't care about
like
her.
A shot. Yeah.
So she had to stab herself with a sword.
Yeah, it was a sword or a dagger.
It was
Either way.
something.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Tomatoes.
Yeah. To Montague's Capulets.
We got Helen Keller canceled. Now we're coming from William Shakespeare. He's next on our hit list.
That's right.
Of dead celebrities that we're going to get canceled.
No, sexist Shakespeare. Yeah, I used to read. Well, I wouldn't say used to read a lot of Shakespeare, but I have to read a lot of Shakespeare for school and in college and stuff.
Yes. I used to read a lot of Shakespeare when I was in 10th grade literature class.
But I think that I had a leg up on a lot of people, especially in college, because of the King James.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah. KJV helped me out.
It's a lot easier to understand.
People were trying to get the NIV version of Shakespeare. I was like, oh, you guys are not real Baptists. I understand everything that's going on. Yeah.
Have you ever tried to read Don Quixote?
Yes.
Yeah. If you don't get a modern translation, that for me is extremely tough to understand.
Yes, it is.
Even then, even if you get a modern translation, you're still going to need those footnotes because he references so many other popular works of the time.
Yeah.
So he'll make a joke and there'll be a footnote and you got to go down there and read, okay, well, in the 1600s, there was this group of windmills in southern Spain or something, and this is what he's referencing. And you're like, okay, that is kind of funny.
Oh, who wrote that? Cervantes?
Yes.
Yeah, there we go.
Miguel
We're
Cervantes.
smarter than people think, right?
Everyone knows you come to the Earth Oddity extended patron section for the real culture
For English
and
literature.
the highbrow intellectual
Early
discussion.
European literature.
Yes.
Next show, we're talking Beowulf.
Well, now that we've got that all the way, you want to talk about Florida Man?
Let's talk about Florida Man.
Florida Man accused of setting his own truck on fire just to
Okay.
give deputies something to do.
That's a good citizen right there.
Yeah, you know how it is. Suspect says that he wanted to give them an early Christmas present.
There you go.
So he was thinking of the officers.
And back to blue, baby.
Yeah, I bet he had a
That thin blue line.
oh yeah, Blue Lives Matter with the American flag with
That's
the blue
right,
line in
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
A Florida man sent his own truck up in flames because he wanted to give deputies something to do, according to the Alusa County Sheriff's Office. Deputies say they received reports of a loud explosion on Mare Creek Road in Crestview on December 18th and found a 2002 Chevrolet Silverado
Huh.
fully engulfed in flames.
Okay.
Again, with the little Punisher skull
That's right. Yeah.
that says assault life on it. When authorities arrived on the scene, 28-year-old Kevin Murphy immediately admitted to starting the fire.
Okay.
He was placed in handcuffs, and when deputies searched him, they said that they found a glass pipe used to smoke methamphetamine in his pocket and a folded up dollar bill with traces of meth in his wallet.
Okay.
When questioned, Murphy said he wanted something for the sheriff's office to do, and he wanted to give himself an early Christmas present. So he set his truck on fire.
I love his honesty.
Yes. Records show Murphy claimed that he poured gas inside of the Chevy's cab and under the truck. Then he created a trail away from the vehicle and he's set it on fire. Simple as that.
Wow.
Deputies said that no one was injured, but the fire did cause minor damage to a nearby vehicle and a building. The Dorcas Fire Department extinguished the flames.
Dorcas, that's biblical.
Yes. He's facing charges of second-degree arson, possession of methamphetamine, and possession of drug paraphernalia.
Yeah, I'll get you with that one.
So,
Which anything could be drug paraphernalia if you're creative enough. You know?
it's a good point.
Well, you know, you would think that if you're going to set your truck on fire, you'd throw your pipe away before the cops get there. You know? Hey,
Well, you would think.
you would just get rid of that little piece of evidence. Throw it off in the woods.
This guy, he was only thinking about the sheriff's deputies, though.
It's a selfish act here.
He's like, here it
gotta
is,
be careful.
December 18th.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's no one else out,
right.
raising heck.
I bet you he was like, man, I want a good hot meal for Christmas. Let me get put in jail. Yeah. Also, as you know, Tiny, you got to be careful using gasoline to start a fire.
Mhm.
Very careful.
Yes, because you can accidentally blow yourself up.
The fumes on gasoline are really light. So when you light it, the fumes ignite too.
Mhm.
And that's normally what gets everybody. Kerosene, much better if you need to start a fire. For just tips for everybody.
Right. Or diesel fuel.
Yeah,
I mean,
diesel
it takes a
little.
little to get it going.
Yeah, diesel fuel.
But once it
hard
gets
to get
going, it'll burn for a long time.
I'm a big kerosene guy as an accelerant. That's my mode of arson is with kerosene. But yeah, I appreciate him looking out for the deputies. I appreciate his honesty too. And I wonder if he thought he would still get some sort of insurance. So I doubt he had. And then
You
think
can't-
about it after saying that, I doubt he had
I
insurance.
was about to say, if you're gonna get some kind of insurance settlement, you can't admit to starting
Yeah,
the
right.
fire.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, everybody knows that, right?
I would think so.
even what's the guy's name? Keith?
Keith?
Something.
Something.
Anyway.
Well, shout out to Maverick who posted this in the Facebook group today.
Mhm.
This article I'm about to do is from Not the Bee, one of your favorite
Oh yeah.
websites.
I like Not to Be.
Yeah. This is actually my first time perusing Not the Bee.
Okay.
This Mississippi lady had a dream that her husband cheated on her. So she got up, got a knife from the kitchen, and shanked him while he slept.
Justified.
Can you be responsible? This is a thing that a discussion I've had with Deidre before. Is like, what if we're in bed and I'm sleeping and I say a lady's name? Like how mad would you be if I was clearly having an erotic dream and I say Monica or whatever. Because I can't be responsible. I can't be held responsible for my dreams.
Are you having one of those Bill Clinton dreams again?
That's right. I was thinking.
Why do you always dream you're Bill Clinton?
I don't know. But you can't take your dreams that seriously, right? I mean, that's to my knowledge, I've never said another woman's name in my sleep, so that's never came up. But I always wondered, like, how mad would she be if that was the case?
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I do know that my wife, she said that she had a dream one time where me and her were arguing, and she woke up mad at me because she dreamed that we were arguing in the dream.
I had a real bad dream one night where Deidre passed away. And I woke up and I was like, I was happy that she was still alive and sleeping next to me.
Right.
But I really felt like, man, that was too real to be too
was
close.
Not fun.
Yeah, not fun dream. I don't dream about my wife that much. What about you?
You know what? I do not remember a whole lot of my dreams. Now,
I don't either. I don't know if it's the drugs or what.
I'm sure if I got one of these like dream journals with like a unicorn on the front and like wrote it down in it every morning.
I had to do that for a college class one time.
Yeah, I probably would remember them then.
Yeah.
But as it is, like if I don't make a conscious effort to remember my dreams, I usually don't.
Me either.
Unless I make a specific note like, oh, this is crazy. You got like one time I dreamed like me and my old college roommate were vampire slayers.
Okay.
Who worked for the Southern Baptist Association, by the way.
That's perfect.
It turns out in my dream, the Southern Baptist had a vampire fighting force employed me and Daniel.
That's where your Lottie Moon Christmas offering goes to.
Yes.
Okay, anyways, let's get back to this lady. A woman attacked her sleeping husband with a knife after dreaming he had been unfaithful, Mississippi authorities say. Lindsay Stevens, who's 33, mugshot right here. Looks like a lady that'll fight you.
She looks like she'll shank you while you're sleeping.
Was arrested Sunday on aggravated domestic assault charges after stabbing her husband multiple times in the back. Deputy Abraham McKenzie of the Jones County Sheriff's Department told McClatchy News, the Free State of Jones, by the way. Stevens told investigators she had a dream that her husband was messing around, police say, so she went to the kitchen, grabbed a knife, and attacked him while he was still in bed. Now, what's the difference between a dream and a vision? Maybe she had a vision, right?
Well, a vision is true, John.
Right, it's the same. Maybe she had a vision. The victim was hospitalized after suffering 4 to 7 stab wounds.
I was about to say, wait a minute. She stabbed him while she was asleep, but apparently it was multiple times now.
4 to 7. I'd like to see him narrow that down to a more definite number. You know?
Now this time he may have stabbed himself this one time.
He underwent surgery Monday. He's expected to be okay. So that's a rough one.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Do you move back in with your wife if she does that?
Let's say, like Jesus laid out some specific cases for divorce, but I feel like this falls into one of them. I don't know how I could justify it, but I'll be breaking up with this lady. We ain't going to be together no more. Can't stab me in my sleep. No.
Yeah.
That's rough.
I mean,
she didn't John Bobbit him.
Yeah. Well, that's good point.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like once you attack somebody with a knife, that's like that is a barrier that you cross. That's a line you cross that you can't go back.
Yeah, no, you can't put that toothpaste back in the tube, as Brother Jerry Rogers would say.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people shoot other people.
Sure.
I feel like attacking someone with a knife is even more personal.
Think about it.
And gruesome.
She woke up, went to the kitchen and got a knife, then came back and started stabbing.
And never had the thought, hey, this was just a dream.
Hey, I'm being silly here. This is just a dream. Let me put this knife back and go get back in bed and go to sleep. No, just continue to stab him 4 to 7 times in the back. He's probably sleeping on his side, just curled up, under the covers. They started stabbing me.
Dang, that's terrible.
I don't know what I would do. I mean, number one, I'd pop Dita right in the nose if she started stabbing me. Like all that we ain't gonna hit women goes out of the window when you start stabbing me.
I'm going to start looking for some gauze to pack the wounds.
Yeah, that's right.
Got to get some pressure on
First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get her to stop stabbing me. That's going to be a direct punch to the face. I'll try to break her jaw, as hard as I can.
I know I have told this story on the show before, but it's been a while. So I'm not sure. A lot of people listening probably haven't heard this. But I went to, everyone knows. I think I did like a year and a half in Bible college before I
That's right.
ran out of money and decided it wasn't for me. I was going to build tires for a living.
Sure. Next best thing.
Yes.
Right.
I mean, that was God's true calling for my life.
That's your mission, Bill. B.F. Goodrich.
Yes.
I got you.
And to start a podcast.
Yeah.
But I went to school with a guy who got engaged to a girl, and he met her on the internet. And he was engaged to her. Went to meet her for the first time.
Oh, they got engaged before meeting?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, they got engaged on the internet.
Maybe like mail her a ring?
I mean,
I am her a ring.
I don't know. This was the early, like I'm talking like 2001, 2002, wild times.
What?
We
There's
were all,
nothing more Bible college than getting engaged to a girl over the internet that you've never met.
We were all just so elated that Y2K didn't happen and it wasn't the end of the world.
I got you.
So anyway, he goes to meet her, right?
Mhm.
And he goes in the living room of the trailer that she lived at, and he saw a bulletproof vest. And she had an uncle that was like SWAT team member. And he was like, "Oh, cool. Is that a bulletproof vest?" And she was like, "Yeah, that's my uncle's," or whatever. And he was like, "Can I try it on?" And she was like, "Sure. Go ahead,
Go
try
ahead,
it
honey."
on. So he puts on this bulletproof vest, and she's like, "Turn around. I'm going to take a picture of you." He turns around, and she shot him.
I don't remember you telling this story.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the vest. Now, I mean, she shot him in the vest.
Sure.
He survived. But he like came back. He like showed us this
I'm
huge bruise.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking like softball size.
Wow.
Like right there on his breastplate where she shot him.
Wow.
And we were like, dude, so what happened? And he was like, well, I got some ice, took some ibuprofen.
Wow.
And I was like, you didn't leave? He was like, no. I was like, and then he said something about the wedding. And I was like, we're all like, dude, you're still marrying this girl?
She just shot you.
So
I think I would have been like,
he's
look.
no longer with us. I'm just kidding about that part. Although I haven't heard from him in 10 years. So
Okay.
he may be dead. I don't know.
I mean, that's wild. I think
Yeah.
I would have parlayed it into a handy at least before I left.
On the way out.
Yeah. Like, look, this hurt real bad, and it hurts really right here. Yeah.
It just hurts my heart that you would do that to me. And it hurts my heart so much because you shot me directly in the heart.
That's right. That's wild.
I know.
That is crazy.
Crazy.
This is why, well, I guess our online dating has advanced a lot from the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Early 2000s was like, it was a wild time on the internet.
You were meeting people on like, AOL Instant
Sure.
Messenger.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there was no Match.com or
Right.
eHarmony.
Yeah. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But not unbelievable for a Bible school. I would not turn my back to a stranger anyways. With a bulletproof vest on. Wow.
But imagine like getting engaged to a total stranger and then you go to meet her for the first time and she shoots you.
Yeah.
And you go through with the marriage.
Well,
Bizarre.
maybe he likes a little crazy.
Well, he got a lot of crazy.
As Confederate Railroad says, maybe he likes his women a little on the trashy side.
Well, he got what he wanted.
I guess so. Different strokes for different folks.
You got anything else?
Nope, that's about it
I guess
for
that'll
this
about
week.
do it.
Yeah, good to be back in person.
It is, yes.
Chemistry's a lot better.
This is the first time I've even like really interacted with a friend
There you go.
in a long time. So
Well, there we go.
I was starting to feel like one of those basement dwellers.
You're a hermit.
Troglodyte, yeah. We hope everyone has an excellent week. Here's
Yeah.
Bigfoot.
Love y'all.
Bye.
Bye.
There's a Donkey Kong kill screen coming up if anybody wants to watch.